Good evening, everyone. My name is Barbie Kalev. I am the founder of Team Empire, and tonight, these amazing women and myself are just thrilled to have you guys on. And we are so honored to be able to share our stories that involve impacting not only our families' lives, I just got goosebumps, but truly impacting the lives of so many other men and women and their children. So with that said, what can you expect from us tonight in the next 40 to 45 minutes or so? We are each going to be sharing a little part of our stories, what we call our stories. It's our histories, what we've been through, how we found Beachbody. We're going to be sharing about what is a coach. I know that a lot of you have been peeking into different coaches' Facebook pages, perhaps ours, perhaps Alta's, Danielle's, and Rosa, or other coaches that may have invited you onto this. And you're wondering, what exactly is a coach? Well, tonight, we're going to be super honest about what a coach is. We're going to be hearing from Alta Lainez, who is a hypnotherapist, and she's going to be sharing with us what exactly is a coach. Then we'll also be hearing from Rosa Santos. She was a litigation paralegal, and now she's a homeschooler, mom of 3, who works her business full-time. And she's going to be giving us a sneak peek into the life of a coach. What does a day look like, right? Because a lot of times we're asking, how can I make this work? I have a full-time job, I have children, I'm busy. And next, we're going to be hearing from Danielle Lopresti, who's a full-time Beachbody coach, but she's also she was a grade school teacher. And she's going to be talking to us about the misconceptions of being a coach, because gosh knows we've heard so many about pyramids. I'm not going to get into it right now. So that's what you can expect. And of course, we're going to show you the money. We're going to talk about something that a lot of people don't like to talk about, which is money. I'm going to talk to you personally about the different ways that you can earn and the details of joining. At the end of this call, hopefully we'll have a few minutes. You can ask us some questions, but then also you are going to be able to make an informed decision. So whether we invited you on to this call or not, we urge you to contact the person, your coach, the person from whom you found out about this call, and have that discussion. Tell them whether this is for you, because coaching is not for everyone, or if it is for you, go ahead and reach out to that person and say, I want to get rocking and rolling. All right, ladies. So first, I'll begin with just sharing a few minutes, a little bit about myself. I have been a coach for almost 10 years. I'm a PhD by training. I have a PhD in French literature. There are my diplomas. And I discovered Beachbody one day without wanting to own a business in the beginning. I was about 30 pounds heavier than I am now, really uncomfortable in my skin. And I was just hungry for change. I mean, I was just ready to not do something that I had done before. Like, I had tried the Scarsdale diet, this diet, I had tried starvation, I had tried diet pills, I had tried throwing up. I mean, really, it's not something that I'm proud of, but I know that it's something that so many women can relate to. And so finally one day I bumped into Beachbody, and I decided, you know what? The proof is in the pudding. The person that was in front of me had lost all this weight. I wanted to try what she had done. And so I bought the program, but I wound up doing another program. Fast forward, 6 weeks later, I lost 11 pounds, 14 inches, and I didn't look pregnant anymore. And because I'm truly a teacher by nature, by heart, I really wanted to tell everyone, stop people in the street and say, I found the solution. Like, I don't have to diet anymore. I'm 33 years old. And I had been dieting since I was 14. When I decided to become a coach, it was truly just for the title of coach. I liked the idea of being a coach. I never, in the first few months, expected this to turn into a business. But one day I made that decision when I saw other men and women around me who were having success. I found out that they were making about 6 figures. And at the time, 6 figures wasn't even something that my vision could conceive of. So I just saw that they were so normal, that the people that were making this money, helping people, which I was doing, they were so normal that I said, you know what? I can do it. And it was actually a friend, his name is Mark Briggs, and he's in some of the videos. He said to me, Barbie, I'm just a regular guy. If I can do it, you can do it. And you know when you have those moments of, I just got goosebumps, you know when you have those moments of clarity, like when this, like in the cartoons, when the skies open, the birds sing, that's exactly what happened. And I said, I can do this. I can do this. And then I didn't know how, I didn't have a mentor, I didn't have the training. This is 10 years ago, you guys. The business opportunity had just started. But I said, I made a decision and I said, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm going to do it. And guys, 10 years later, we have a team of over 25,000 coaches. The 4 beautiful women that you see in front of you are just 4 women of our amazing team who have made it and who are impacting so many lives. I'm gonna cry right now because of my decision to become a coach, to help myself first and then help other people. I know that I have impacted so many lives, and now we're creating this amazing ripple effect in the lives of thousands and thousands of others. So with those words, I want to introduce my longtime coach, Alta Lainez. You're really one of my dearest friends and favorite people in the world. Alta, share with us, so welcome first, but share with us how you discovered Beachbody and then what exactly is a coach?
Oh, Barbie, thank you so much for sharing that. That was phenomenal. You know, and for your decision to be a coach, because your ripple effect has impacted my life in so much. In so many ways. You know, I remember about 6 years ago, infomercials. I was eating, you know, in the middle of the night, and I've always been an infomercial queen, loved it, bought everything under the sun, you name it. I had the Thigh Master, I had everything, anything that's strapped on, anything that you could roll under the bed to do for like weight loss products. And so this has been the story of my life. I had struggled with weight since I was like 6 years old. And it was something that, you know, I didn't know what self-love meant. I always felt uncomfortable in my body. I generally always was about 50 pounds overweight. So I remember being skeptical, and I saw these infomercials, and I had bought this program called Hip Hop Abs back in like 2007. Yeah, Shanti, and he would get all crazy. And I remember thinking one day, like, oh my goodness, you know, what happened to that company? And so I went on to YouTube and I started researching the company, and they had turned into, they went from $1 million body to Team Beachbody. And that's when I started looking for success stories. And I came across you on YouTube. And I have to say, I watched you for like 6 months, like just had my eye on you, like, I don't know, does this work? And I kept seeing you progress and progress. And you shared so vulnerably. And some days you would be in the morning, like, oh, I'm getting up, I'm working out. And I, you know, and those real moments of just sharing authentically made me realize that, one, that's what a coach is. You were so authentic and sharing your story and how you really gained this love for fitness through just showing up daily, following the structure of these programs. And so I decided to reach out, and I purchased my first challenge pack, and I couldn't believe it because I had tried everything under the sun. I had left a corporate job 2 years prior, and I had just launched my hypnotherapy practice, a struggling solopreneur. I was giving advice to other people that I was not taking myself. And I found myself frustrated. I found myself really alone. I found myself without a structure. I had never been a business owner on my own. I just remember taking that leap of faith, and I was so grateful that I did, but I really just needed help. And so I felt like this is the first step. And within the first 90 days, I remember meeting you. You were actually traveling from Texas down to LA. Yeah, and you told me come down to a Super Saturday, and I came and I saw the community, and I felt like, okay, I'm gonna give this a try. And within 90 days, I lost 45 pounds. I went from a size 16 down to a size 8. By the time 8 months hit, I couldn't even believe it. I had never been anything less than a size 12, and I went down from a 16 to a size 2. I just remember looking at those pant numbers and what is that? Where's the one? We're thinking like, where's the one next to it? And so it felt so liberating. From that point on, I remember thinking, if she can do this, I can do this. You know, you would always tell me this business doesn't play favorites. And I took that and I really ran with that. So I started actually coaching on a part-time basis and really adding this as a tool for my clients. I love, being able to have this as an added benefit. Back then, I remember you guys were all on vacations. You would take all these trips. You had fit-looking friends, and I had the opposite. I have fat-looking friends, and I was like not in this boat of, this luxury lifestyle. And I remember throughout the course of, the last 6 years, I was so shocked, but I earned over 5 all-inclusive paid vacations. I definitely changed my entire life, and leadership and being a coach, I feel like what a coach really is providing that guiding light for somebody else, being accountable to ourselves while we're going through the journey. When I started coaching, I was 50 pounds overweight. I didn't know if this was going to work for me, but what I did know was that it worked for one other person. And if I could hold that vision for myself, I knew that this could possibly be a solution, and that if I could, speak that hope out to other people, that inadvertently I would as well benefit from it. And trickle effect happened, and I built a team all over the United States and Canada without any social media background at all. I would just look at your little posts. I'd look at what everybody else is doing. And I started doing the same and just sharing authentically my story and my struggles, really, because I feel like part of being a coach, is growing through the struggles publicly and allowing ourselves to vulnerably move through this. And I gained so many friends, and I gained such leadership skills. I tell you all the time, Barbie, but I'm going to share. I hadn't had a relationship with my dad in over 5 years. And I remember
I had forgotten about that. Holy moly. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I hadn't had a relationship with him in over 5 years. And you sent me to a personal development seminar. You recommended it to me and you gifted it to me. And at the end of those 3 days, I got the courage to reach out, and we have had a relationship since then. And because of that, I now have a sister in my life that I didn't know, who's my best friend. She's actually a coach as well. And, it's been such a beautiful journey because the relationships, the personal growth, I lost 50 pounds twice. I spent about a decade of my life in a relationship, 8.5 years in a relationship. And I remember my original intent was building this business to have a freedom for us. And everything was about us. And I didn't know anything other. I was a woman that was really dependent on a man in my life. And I look back now, and it's been about 4 years that relationship had ended. And, and I had to pick up my entire life. I went through a state of depression. That's where I had gained 35 pounds back. And I am so grateful for this community and the structure of these programs, because I put back my soul. I put back my life together. And had it not been for the opportunity that Beachbody provides, I lost 45 pounds again. And so, I'm in the best shape of my life.
But everything's changed though. Your relationship to food, your relationship to exercise. So it's not that you've been a yo-yo, right? I mean, what's different this time? Because it's so clear to me that you're a better version of yourself, because you've always been an amazing and beautiful person.
I reached self-love. I now know what it's like to look in the mirror and not nitpick, not criticize. to really honor myself, and to really come from this place of authenticity where, you know, in the past, I didn't even know what that meant. I just thought this is what everybody does. And now I know what that means. Like, it's such a deep center in my life of just gratitude and love and appreciation that I feel like no matter what, because of this lesson, because of all of these things, my relationship with food is so mindful. I come from a mindful place of eating. This business also helped me. I had been, now that I look back in retrospect, yes, I had struggled with a controlled alcoholism, I would say. And 2 years ago, I really, you know, when I hit my rock bottom, I found so many coaches that would share authentically about their stories of overcoming alcoholism and overcoming things that were to me very near and dear to my heart. And it gave me the strength and the power. And I would reach out to these coaches and reach out to my team and be honest, like, hey, you know what, I'm really struggling. And that really changed everything. You know, I earned so many vacations. I think I earned 5 all-inclusive paid vacations to the Bahamas, we went to Jamaica, we went to Florida, Disney World, to Cancun. And every single time we would arrive at these trips, the bonds of these people online became even more real. And so those moments didn't leave me feeling alone and frustrated. And, you know, I remember clearly that I used to feel like, wow, like everything was for somebody else. And now I'm so grateful because I've learned how to dream. I'm a woman now with a vision. I am a woman that no matter who is in my life, I do have a relationship in my life now, and beautiful soul, and it's relatively new. But what I do know is, yeah,
I didn't know about this.
He's a professor.
Oh my gosh, we need to talk.
What I do know now, though, is that my life will be secure because it's my dream. I've learned that, you know, no matter what, I'm not going to ever put all my eggs in a basket that may or may not provide for me. You know, I remember thinking for so long, and so many days I'd wake up and think like, wow, 10 years of my life I invested into this person and I have nothing to show for it. I have nothing to show for anything. And I think even the dreaming muscle, having visionary women around, really just helped me learn how to dream, really learn how to regain self. And that goes back to the self-love. You know, now I'm always talking about it, you know, love yourself madly. And it's the accountability, the social accountability that we all provide each other. It's been a huge financial blessing in my life. I run my full-time practice as well. Well, it's a part-time hypnotherapy practice because Beachbody actually started supplementing my income in a huge way for the last 6 years. You know, I think it's accumulated me an extra $130,000, which I couldn't even fathom because, I mean, I didn't know anything about online. I remember making my first $50, and going to get a massage and dinner. And I thought, this is great. If I could make $50 and stay fit for the rest of my life and have fit looking friends, that I'm in, sign me up. And so it's been so much more than that, you know, and it's really humbling. And I remember clearly looking at you on YouTube one time prior to signing up, and you were so adamant. You said, you know, I know this is going to be my financial freedom. I know this is going to be something that was going to ripple into a multi-million-dollar business. And I have legitimately watched you build that. And I'm so proud of you, Barbie. I am so proud of what you've built because I've turned around and have, you know, felt that support, felt that hope in my own life, and have turned around and done that for other people. And just that feeling, you know, that feeling to get a little email message, hey, your posts are so inspiring. Oh my God, you know, you lost like a couple pounds, please help me. All these little things. That's really like what a coach is, you know, a person who is out there who is allowing of themselves to be a little bit more vulnerable, to show support, to have the vision, and to be a business owner. You know, it's so many people out there want to be in business for themselves, but not by themselves. And that was me. I was a struggling solopreneur for 2 years, and I knew I needed a guide. I needed a blueprint. I needed help. And that's what Beachbody provided. And our team, you know, the women of the empire, we are so powerful together. We share open-heartedly what works for us, what doesn't. And it's just been powerful. And I know my name, that this is going to be something that I am going to create a legacy with. And I'm excited. I'm excited to hold that torch.
Thank you. I'm going to pass that torch now, but thank you so much. It's like you brought me through memory lane. You know, we've been through so many years of so much, good times, bad times. But I think the key to success is consistency. It's when you fall, because we're all going to fall. We're all going to have rough times. It's to come back. Hey, Rosa, come back. There she is. All right. Thank you so much for sharing, Alta. Okay. Next, I'm going to introduce Rosa Santos. Hold on. Go ahead and mute yourself. Rosa, hello. You are a homeschool mom of 3, and you used to be a litigation paralegal. Go ahead, share a little bit about your story, and then you're going to talk to us about a day in your life as a coach. What does that look like, and can you make it happen if you're a busy mom or dad? Because we do welcome them.
Yes. Awesome. So I want to get into a little bit about me before Beachbody. Before Beachbody, I was 88 pounds overweight after my first pregnancy. And like Alta, I bought every infomercial, everything that I thought would help me lose this weight, right? And I was just so desperate for someone to help me. But what I realized was that all the companies that I was buying from, they didn't really care. I was a number to them. They would just, here, take this, do that, whatever, good riddance, right? So I was never held accountable. I never had a nutrition plan. I never had somebody pushing me and motivating me other than my husband, right? So it was really difficult, and I struggled for 4 years trying to lose this weight. Now, before my daughter, I was always fit. So when I gained 60 pounds during my pregnancy, I was traumatized. I was traumatized because all of a sudden, you know, when people run into you, they're like, oh my gosh, you gained so much weight. It's shocking. And that just gave me like a horrible self-image. Like I was I didn't want to go to the beach. I didn't want to be out. I wanted to hide under a rock because I was so embarrassed. And like everything that I was trying to do would fail because I didn't have all the components needed to actually live a healthy lifestyle, right? It was just like a quick fix, like a little Band-Aid. I would lose a little bit of weight, and then here comes the weight back. And I remember one day sitting on my couch, I saw the P90X commercial, which I'm sure everyone on this call has seen it, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. I don't have to go to the gym. I don't have to drop off my daughter. I get a meal plan and a coach. I was like, I'm in. So my coach reached out to me, right? And sure enough, I lost the 88 pounds. I was so happy. I was so happy, you guys, because we provide a solution. We are not like other companies that are just like, here, figure it out. We provide something that I was so desperately looking for. I was desperately looking for this way out. I was desperately looking for someone to help me because I didn't want to be that mom that held my children back because of my self-image. I didn't want to be that mom, you know? And so I was so happy that I was able to overcome, that I was able to get fit. And it wasn't just the physical, it was the way I felt, the energy, my confidence, going to the mall and trying on, you know, the size that I like and feeling great. And I was like, wow, this is so empowering. And I remember my coach came to me once and he's like, have you ever considered being a coach? I was like, hell no, I'm too busy. I'm too busy. Don't, my life, I had just had my son at that time. And I was like, no, I'm too busy. I remember I was going on a trip to Disney the following week. So I'm like, let me think about it. But my schedule's packed. I don't even know how I could fit something like this in. I went to Disney. And I remember talking with my husband and I was like, babe, what do you think? And obviously he's seen me go through the journey. He's seen the support. He's seen how I changed mentally and physically. He was like, babe, even if you make $50 a week, it's funny that Alta mentioned the $50 thing. Even if you make $50 a week, you will pay a bill. Because at that time, I was home because I had just had my son. The rest is history. I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this. The worst that can happen is that I will stay fit. I'll stay looking fine for my husband, and that would be it. But lo and behold, like when I started sharing my journey, which by the way, I want to say I had no social media following. I knew nothing except for the fact of what worked for me. And I really want to stress that, because a lot of times people think, oh my gosh, you have to know about nutrition. You have to know the workouts. No, everything is already there. And this is why I fell in love with Beachbody, because I don't have to go to school to be a nutritionist. I don't have to go to school to be a personal trainer. Everything is there for you. And then the sweet spot is that you get a coach who is your cheerleader. Like, I love involving myself in the lives of those that I coach, because I've been there. I was in the trenches. I know what it's like to be in front of the mirror and cry because you feel bad about yourself. And because I've been through it, it gives me a heart to really help the woman in front of me. And, you know, so I want to talk a little bit about how my day looks, because like Barbie said, I don't know what I was thinking when I said I was busy before, because now I have 3 kids, which are all in different stages of life. I have an 11-year-old, and she thinks she's grown. I have a 5-year-old who is hyper as heck, and then I have a baby. They're all in different stages of life with different needs, and I have to cater to them all, right? Plus, I homeschool. And obviously I'm married, I run a household, I have a lot of responsibility.
I don't know how you do it, girl. Like, that just got me exhausted hearing that. But
listen, look at these gray hairs.
Yeah, you're doing an awesome
I have
job.
my days. I have my days just like every mom, right? Like today, I had one of those days. But, you know, it's just amazing that I can tailor the time that I work to my schedule. So I work usually 2 hours a day, and I split it up in 15-minute increments. So if you're thinking, man, I don't know how I can find the time, split up the time. As long as we get in like the business building activities and share your journey and encourage, motivate those people around you, you're going to see how your business grows. Does it mean you're going to have to give up a little TV? Yes. Does it mean some days you're going to have to stay up? Yes. But you know what? To be able to become that person that you've always wanted to be and really show your children, because my daughter is my number 1, well, number 2, because my husband's my number 1 supporter. But my daughter, when she sees me excelling in the business, she's like, Mom, I'm so proud of you. I'm showing her, you can do this. Like, you don't have to work for anybody. And I'm modeling that in front of her. And it's just so great that I can do it on my own terms. I don't have to sit in front of a computer all day trying to do this. I can 15 minutes here, 20 minutes there, as long as I get all that in. And guess what? It keeps me accountable to my own journey. I've been able to lose the weight after 3 kids every time. I know exactly how to do this. And so I provide that hope, and that really, that hope and just showing moms, hey, I'm doing it. You can do it too. That's really what we do. We show them what's possible, because you know what? If I have to work out with my kids' toys everywhere, so be it. But this is real life. People want to see the authentic you. Like, you know, today, like I worked out with toys everywhere, Landon screaming and all this stuff. But hey, that's real life. And I'm so blessed that I get to do that. I get to touch lives. I get to make my own schedule. And I just want to look at this. This is what my schedule looks like, y'all, if y'all think I'm exaggerating. Okay? So you do have time. It's just a matter of prioritizing. I prioritize my day, because if I don't have this, I'm just going to go crazy, right? So I'm very busy, but I make sure that I show up. I make sure that I inspire. I make sure that I help and I touch the lives of those who are around me. And just like Alta said, getting those messages, and my favorite message that I've gotten is that a marriage was restored. Wow, like that was so powerful. She was like, thank you for believing in me, because a lot of times we go through life, everybody's in competition. This is why I love Beachbody. We're not competing. We're locking arms and freaking going out there and helping women become who they want to be. That is like my mission. in Beachbody, is to just help you become who you want to be. And it's so great that I can do this on my own terms, that I don't have a boss telling me how much I'm worth, when can I eat, how much time do I get to see my family. I can make this work for my terms and really touch lives, not overdraft every week like I used to, okay? And just really, like, it's given us a lot of freedom. While people are at work, I'm taking my kids on field trips. I'm doing things financially that I would not have been able to do before Beachbody. It's touched every area of my life. It's touched my life emotionally because obviously I feel confident now. I know what I can bring. I know what I bring to the table, and I'm imparting that to my kids. Like my daughter says, oh, the Santos never give up. The Santos, you know, because she sees us modeling that. And it's just like one little decision that I made had a trickle effect on all these other areas of my life. And before Beachbody, I was rushing through life, rushing to get up, rushing to take the kids to school, rushing to get to work, rushing to pick up Natalie, rushing back home, rushing to cook, to clean, to make sure the house is in order, rushing for the next day. And I was calling that life, you guys. I was calling that life. You know why? Because I didn't know better. I didn't know better. Nobody in my family was ever an entrepreneur. So to me, hey, work and make your money and accept that you're gonna be overdraft sometimes, really, right? But you know, when my coach reached out to me with this, even though I was scared, and you guys will probably are thinking right now, oh my gosh, is this for me? What if I fail? The worst thing that can happen is that you get super fine, okay?
You get super fly, that's so funny. Then you look hot, you know.
Yes, because this is what we do. We offer hope. I was living this rat race and I was still broke. And thank God that somebody loved me enough to reach out to me and say, hey, there's another solution. We can do this. And, you know, I was mentored, trained. Obviously, we don't just throw you guys in there. We have everything you need in order to be successful. Really, all that it takes is for you to apply, learn, apply, and be consistent. If you do those three things, you're gonna win in this business. Huh?
I said just a little bit more every day.
Just a little bit more. Give just a little bit more than the person next to you, you know? And it's just been an amazing ride. I've been able to go on trips. Beachbody has flown me out to leadership stuff. I'm gonna be at a leadership thing in 2 weeks. I mean, I'm just really grateful that one decision that I made, scared as heck and expecting to make $50 a week, guys. That was just so ridiculous. But now I'm here today and I have a team of women who we just all lock arms and we're just trying to help women become who they want to be, because that's what this is all about. You know, this is what this is all about. All this cattiness and all this stuff and like that you see in other places, I can't even relate. I said I can't even relate to that. You know, when women say that they don't like to have women friends because they're catty, I'm like, I love women. Yes, and it's so amazing that we get to be a part of a circle like this, that we're all just pushing for our goals while we touch lives and we keep each other accountable to just continue, to just follow your dreams, to just do everything that you were designed to do. We are just incredible beings, you know, and it's just amazing how one decision in your life can change so many other things. Just say yes, you know, just say yes to your life, yes to your kids, yes to your time, because we are just so indoctrinated with the whole 9 to 5 thing. It doesn't work. It doesn't.
Well, it works for some people. Yeah, it works for some people.
It works for some people, right. But for me, even with the job that I had, I was extremely stressed out all the time.
By the way, there's a litigation paralegal on the call. So, and she wants to go full time and she wants to do this and she wants her time. So Emily, I saw your comment, I peeked on Facebook. I really hope that you hear what Rosa has to say and that you hear what we have to say, because girl, you could freaking do it too. It's just one decision, doing the basics, believing that you can do it, looking at other women, looking at Rosa, looking at Alta, looking at myself, looking at Danielle and saying, if she did it, I can do this. So that's it. Rosa drops the mic. That was awesome. Thank you, honey. Great. So next, I'd like to introduce Daniela Presti, a grade school teacher by trade, and now officially a full-time Beachbody coach. How'd you get into coaching, and what has shifted for you? I want that. Like, what has shifted for you? Why now? Boom.
Hey, I am on like freaking fire after Rosa, my
Right?
girl. Anyone else like cry a little bit during that? All right, so yeah, I used to be an elementary school teacher. I was just born and raised to be a teacher. I mean, that was just in my blood, and I still love it. I still have a fire for teaching, and that's why I'm blessed to be a coach, because that's what we do. But, you know, I found coaching in an interesting way because I was really at a point in my life where I wasn't necessarily overweight. I was just so freaking unhappy, like so unhappy with how I felt about myself. I avoided looking in any mirror or getting my picture taken because I just felt so terrible in my own skin. And even though no one could tell on the outside, like they had no idea what was really going on inside of me, you know, I just felt so alone because I felt like no one understood. And so when I found Beachbody, through a random person on Facebook, I didn't even know this person, but all I knew is I wanted to feel just like she felt because she was just glowing. She was on fire. She was rocking her workouts. She was eating these amazing looking meals and just looked fantastic. So all I did was message her and I said, girl, what are you doing? And sign me up. And literally, that's all she wrote. And so I had no idea what a coach was. Like, I didn't even know what a coach did. I just thought, oh, cool, I can get a discount on Shakeology. Yeah, great, let's do this thing. So I signed up having no idea what I was getting myself into, other than the fact that I knew I was going to have support and that I knew I had this solution to feeling better about myself. So literally a week into you getting my challenge pack, drinking my Shakeology, rocking my workouts, and following the Fix It meal plan, I knew my life was forever changed because I felt so freaking good, like so good. I wanted to shout it from the rooftops and get everyone on this because I knew that this was everyone's solution. Like, this is not just for some, like, everyone can succeed. That's how simple this is. And so that's what got me hooked. And then I knew that there was just this big community of coaches who were going to help me actually help other people. And so when I figured out this community, I was all in. I was all in because I'll be totally honest. I was one of those girls growing up saying, oh, I don't need girlfriends. Like, girlfriends are just so not for me. Like, I don't need the cattiness, blah, blah, you know, and I hung out with the boys. That was me. But I was hanging out with the wrong girls. And so finding this community was what I needed because these were women who were on freaking fire. These were women who were solid inside and out. But these were also women who struggled, who have scars, who recovered from something so much bigger than what they thought they were. But guess what? They're here today and now they're inspiring other people. So I knew I had to be a bigger part of this. So I've recently had like a ginormous breakthrough though, thanks to Barbie's husband. But I was one of those women who, yeah, I felt great. I looked great. I'm inspiring other people, but I still had that doubt in myself. Like, can I really do this? And I know what is going through your mind right now is you're probably thinking the same thing. Like, yeah, it's so easy for these ladies to say that they can do this, that it's simple, that, you know, yeah, it takes hard work and commitment, but you're probably sitting there like, yeah, but I could never do that. Girl, hey, that was me like a long time ago, and I still feel that way sometimes. But we all have days of self-doubt. We all have days where we're like, what am I doing? Why am I here? I'm a coach. What? I'm helping other people. We all feel that way. But guys, the beauty and the magic in this is that because of this support we have, and because of the personal development that we dive into daily by reading self-help books, by listening to positive podcasts, with all of this, that belief and that faith is built inside of you as a coach, that you overcome that self-doubt, that you push through those days where you feel like you can't do it. And so I know you might be thinking that this is not for you, or that you can't do it, or that you don't have the work ethic, but I guarantee you, if you have a fire inside you right now, if you have desire, if you want something more out of your life, and if you want bigger things, and if you have that vision that we've all been talking about, then girl, let's get you hooked up, because this is what you need. And I promise that all of that fear.
Sign me up. I'm like, sign me up. I'm ready. Do it again. Sign me up. For real.
But seriously, I mean, that is the major misconception, because that was the thing I felt as a coach. That was the one thing when I realized this coaching, what this whole coaching thing was about, that was my fear. Can I even do this? So I can tell you, if you have desire, if you have faith and commitment, then you can do this, okay? But I know that there's more misconceptions and more questions that you might have just than that. So you probably have an idea of what Team Beachbody is all about, and especially Team Empire. We are people who inspire, we motivate, we help. And so if you're thinking, do I need to push products on people? Do I need to spam people's Facebook feeds or spam their messages all about our products? And the answer is hell to the no, because that is the last thing we encourage any of our coaches, because that's not helping. That is not helping. And like Rosa was saying, we have a burning desire to help people because we have experienced something magical with the products of Beachbody. And so we don't have to push that. We don't. What we do is we talk to people, we learn about them, and then we help them realize, you need this, girl. You need this in your life. This is your solution. And this is something that you get support all along the way of how to talk to people, how to start conversations with people. Like we mentioned, Team Empire, we have an amazing new coach training. And so this training has everything you need to get started. I know you're probably also thinking, girl, like I don't have a whole lot of friends. I have 300 Facebook friends. I don't even have an Instagram. Alta already told you, she didn't have social media following. She didn't. And a lot of us starting, none of us did. I mean, I had 0 fit friends, if that's what you want to call them. And I had no idea who I was even going to like help, who I was going to ask to join me. But again, you are going to learn how to connect with people that are just like you. You're going to find people that are like-minded and had the same struggles that you have, and you are going to freaking help them. And so all of this is something that is learned in the trainings that we offer you. Another misconception is, do I need to be fit? Like, all right, this coaching thing sounds great, but I'm like kind of 50 pounds overweight, and who's gonna actually believe that I can help them? Because all of us who started this journey, we were there. We were there where we were women who did not feel comfortable in our own skin. And we started this because we wanted to help other women get out of that feeling that we felt. So I guarantee you the progress that you make is so much more inspiring than what you look after the fact. Because people are going to join you because of your commitment, because of your dedication, because of your accountability. They're not going to join you because you have six-pack abs. They're going to join you because you're real, because you struggle. So that is the magic in what this coaching thing is all about. So you can start anywhere. And I guarantee you, you're going to connect with people who are just like you. And lastly, pyramid schemes is something that we hear all the time in network marketing, everything. And pyramid schemes are frightening, and the sound of it is just scary. But I can tell you what, this is not that. And I'll be totally honest. When I first became a coach, that was my number one question, because I had been asked to join other businesses and things like that. And that's what they were. You know, I just felt like I had someone above me who was going to feed off of whatever I did. And I was just going to be like left in the trenches and not know what I was doing. But this is not that. A new coach coming in can out-coach someone at the top. When you become a coach, you are at the top of your business, not anyone else. You are the boss. So you create your team and you create your business based off of your effort and your commitment. So there's no one else telling you what you need to do. You make this what you want. You have support all along the way. I can tell you that. So although Barbie may have been coaching for 10 years and I've been coaching for 1 year, this girl has supported me all along the way. So no matter where you are in your business, there's going to be someone there for you who is going to meet you exactly where you at and help you reach that vision of where you want to be. Is there anything I left out, Barbie?
You dropped the mic, girl. Everyone's like on fire today. I love it. I love it. I was like, yes. And talking about having no social media friends, I didn't either. And in fact, my real friends, they took me out to dinner and tried to do like an intervention because they thought that I had gone crazy by being a coach. And they told me that I was going to be on like CNN or Dateline NBC or whatever it's called for being in a pyramid scheme. Fast forward, this dog is hungry. I heard him scratching the plate. He's the most adorable thing. I will feed you in 10 minutes, baby. So they did an intervention and they were really concerned that I had lost my mind. 10 years later, making over 7 figures a year, you guys. That's what's possible on this team. You can make, let's talk about the money. So this is how we're gonna end the call. I'm gonna show you the money. And it's interesting, the other day I did a poll on my page and I asked about whether people would be interested in doing like a reading group about money, and nobody said a word, you guys, which to me said that people are afraid of talking about money. And guess what? Money, it gives me goosebumps. I always get goosebumps when I'm emotional about something, but it's right up there with oxygen, you guys. Everybody needs to feed their families. You need to pay your bills. And because you want to make an income as a coach, it doesn't mean that you're greedy. It doesn't mean that you're selfish. In fact, everyone who is successful as a coach has to have this deep desire to help other people. That's a given, right? If you're in it just because you think that you're gonna make quick money, because I've seen that. I've seen coaches that say, I'm gonna make $10,000 in my first 2 months. They disappear. The people that are in it for the money, just for the money, they don't last. It's okay to be driven by money, but you also have to be driven by helping people. So in the next few minutes that we have remaining, to me, this is the fun stuff. We're going to talk about joining, how much it costs to join, then the income potential for a beginning coach, what you can expect to earn if you work it from 4 to 5 months in, and then the larger vision that you could be making. The sky's the limits, you guys. So are you ready to talk about how much does this cost? Okay, so $39.99 is like the minimum cost of entry, okay? That's just the fee to join. However, what we recommend, you have to be a product of the product, right? Everyone on this call has been talking about when people saw their results, they were drinking their Shakeology, they were using their fitness programs. That's what makes people want to join you. So we highly recommend getting started with a challenge pack, which includes, and they run from like $140 to, what's the highest challenge pack? Is it $180? And the poor doggy is, whatever it is, you guys, it's about $180, okay? There is no, when you buy a challenge pack, the fee is waived. And if you've bought a challenge pack, this is the fun part. I had a woman, Joanne, join our team today, and Charlotte join our team today. They've previously bought a challenge pack. If you've bought a challenge pack in the past, you just have to pay the $40 fee. It's refunded to you. And so you basically get to sign up for $0 to build your business and to help other people. Do you know how much it costs to build a franchise or to start a business of franchise? At least 6 figures, you guys. So with this business, you can start with $0, $40, or the challenge pack, okay? So let's talk about what you can expect to earn as a beginning coach. So it would be another full hour and a half or maybe 10 calls to talk about the full compensation plan. So we're just gonna, and I'm not kidding, it's complicated, but I will tell you that you can earn, as I said, you can earn trips. Alta said that she earned 5 trips. Rosa, you were talking about being on trips as well. Danielle, you've been on trips. I, as a top 10 coach, I've been to Tahiti, to France. So that's not even the earnings, right? And then they have bonuses that you can earn as you rank advance. One of the bonuses that I got was close to $50,000, you guys, for 1 quarter. But let's step back. And I said this morning to one of my team members, you can't take the elevator to success, you have to take the stairs. So the first or beginning entry level, everyone can earn commissions. You get 25% commission on retail sales. So let's say you're just loving, let's say you're doing Shanti, okay, Insanity, and you freaking love Insanity. You love Shakeology, and you decide to become a coach. Even if you decide that you're never going to talk to anyone about it, but you love your Shakeology so much, you can get your 25% discount. And if your friend or somebody that you know buys Shakeology, for example, you get 25% commission. That's $32 right in your pocket. Okay. If they buy Insanity, that's $29. If they buy a challenge pack from you, you can make from $50 to $100. The beautiful thing about, so I said commission, right? You get 25% commission, but the beautiful thing about what we do is that we also get residual income. And that means, so for example, Shakeology or Energize, people are like loving and addicted to Energize, right? If you have a customer that is getting it every month, that is feeling amazing on Shakeology and Energize, you would begin to earn that every month for as long as they are on the product, right? So that is pretty amazing. And some coaches wish to remain at that level, and that's totally fine, okay? The next level is when you begin to build a team. So this is when you're probably freaking out and you're like, oh my God, right? I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. Guys, you can't take the elevator to success. What does that mean for you in these terms? It means that when you start seeing results, every one of these ladies said that when they got their results, they needed to shout it off the rooftops because they just couldn't help themselves. They found a solution, and that solution flipping worked. So the same thing is going to happen to you. If you're passionate about what you're using and what you're doing, you're going to find other men, other women who feel the same, and they're going to want to pay it forward. When you start helping people get results, they're going to want to pay it forward. And this just gave me goosebumps again, because this is exactly how you begin building a team. It's not, going up to people, because gosh, I get messages from people that I don't know, and they're like, hi, my name is, Sylvia, I sell this X product. And I'm like, lady, you don't even know me. You don't even know who I am and what I am. And why would I want to join your business if I have no idea who you are? That's not how you build relationships, you guys. You build relationships slowly through time by providing value. And when you do that, then people are like, wait, she's the one getting those results. What is she drinking all the time? I want to be a part of that. When they start getting their results and they start telling their friends, that's how you build your team. And that's how, to put it really bluntly, you guys, this is how you really build residual income. And just to give you an idea, because you're building this tribe of women where we are working together, you can make up to $12,000 per week in one business center based on what your team does, on team effort. So because our team is pretty solid, for example, I have 5 business centers, for example, that's $12,000 right there in one business center. So what can you expect in 4 to 5 months? Don't expect $12,000. Anyone who promises you that is lying, I would say. But what you can expect is to be building a team, to start getting some residual income that is going to allow you to pay your mortgage. If you put in, this goes without saying, but I have to say it because it's a disclaimer, a legal disclaimer, is that this business, it doesn't come with promises. It doesn't come with any guarantees. It all is dependent on your effort. How much heart are you going to put into it? How much hustle are you going to put into it? How much consistency are you going to put into it? Because I know that there's some people that they show up every day for 3 months and then they disappear. I've been showing every day, like this is something Rosa said about me the other day. I've been showing every day like this for 10 years. And I have bad days where I don't want to show up, but I show up anyway because I am building an empire. And I'm so proud of that. And I'm so proud that we are doing it together, that we are a team. But this is why you get the big bucks. You can get the big bucks because you're putting in that effort. And a lot of times with this business, you're putting the work in the front end. And then as you progress in the years, you don't have to sacrifice as much. I don't feel like I'm sacrificing now, but you have to be willing to put the work in the front, not see a lot of reward, and it's going to come later. So what did I miss? We talked about beginning income potential when you begin to build a team. And then a year from now, I have coaches on our team. We have coaches on our team who after 1 year have built 6-figure incomes. We have 7 people as of right now on Team Empire who have made at least $1 million. And most of them are making $1 million at least per year. So that is what is possible. So that wraps up our women of our coaching voices, our women of Team Empire. I have been blessed to listen to each of your stories. I feel like every time we talk, I learn something a little bit more about you. I hope that if you heard something that touched you, that tickled you, that made you laugh, that made you think, you know what, like that could be me. I want that. Reach out to the person who invited you, who you found out about this webinar and start the conversation, you guys. You have nothing to lose. It's just a conversation. You have everything to gain. You would be part of an amazing community and team of men and women. We're here. We're welcoming you with open arms. Make that decision to join. If you are someone that wants more in life, that believes that she was made for more, and if you're saying, why not me, instead of like, that could never be me, you're the one. Thank you so much, Alta, Rosa, Danielle. Thank you everyone for being on this call. And good night, everyone. Thank you.